Good morning. Today we are starting our discussion on database management system or DBMS. As you know, what is a DBMS and what is the need to have DBMS? Database management system. In our earlier days or before the concept of database management system, we were dealing with raw files. That means if you want to store a particular data in the secondary storage device, you need to create a file and you are keeping all your reports in that file. So in earlier days that was easy, but as data became very large in the sense in everyday life we are dealing with huge amount of data. For example, suppose that our KTU, all of you are registered with KTU, and in KTU thousands of students are registered and keeping all the students record there. That means your personal information, your data related to your college, then your data related to KTU. All those information has to be kept in the secondary storage device. So using simple files or using raw files, it is very difficult to handle that. So we are going after database management system or DBMS. And DBMS is actually, it contains information about a particular enterprise. Information about a particular enterprise means if you want to have a management information system of your enterprise. Now you are studying in a college, and if you want to have an information system with regard to the college, every data that is related to that college should be kept in the secondary storage device. So using raw files, it is very difficult to handle that. For that, we are using database management system. That is the need for having a good database management system. DBMS contains information about a particular enterprise, then collection of interrelated data. That means in your college is a simple enterprise, and every person, that means you are interacting with the office, you are interacting with the department, you are interacting with the university, then you may be interacting with the NSS, you are interacting with other number of bodies are there. So you are always interacting with all these things. So the data about all these things should be kept in the database management system. So all this data are interrelated. Okay. Then set of programs to access the data. For example, information about a particular person. So suppose that your parent is coming and he is going to have a query like, sir, how many supplementary papers are there for my ward? Okay, then if I have to answer that, there should be some mechanism to retrieve that data. That means for efficient data recovery, you need to have, or you have to write programs to access the data you want. That means huge you are a student, and as a student your data is kept in different locations in separate tables and all that. So if you want to retrieve a particular data, and if some person wants to know about you, and he may be interested in some points or some data. That means you are having huge, for example, you have name, your address, then your guardian, etc. Personal information is there. Suppose that a person is coming and he only wants to know your address. He is not interested in some other details of you, and he wants only your address. Then there should be some mechanism to access that details only. So for that there is no need to download all the details of you. So there should be some mechanism to do that. Okay. So anyway, you have to write a set of programs for the designer of the database management system should uh, write set of programs to access the data you want. Some mechanism. There should be an environment that is efficient and easy to use. There should be an environment. That means that environment is provided by the database management system. That means there is a database, and if you want to know some details of the customer, some details of the student, and some details of some entity which is in your database, then there should be an efficient and easy to use environment that is provided by the database management system. In everyday life, you are interacting with, these are examples of database application. For example, banking applications, banking transaction. Uh, all of us are using banking applications like if you want to know the current account balance, then details of the previous 10 transactions or details of the transactions in the last year. If you enter an internet banking site of the internet banking, then all these details are available. Then you can see that, and in the back end, that means your bank is having a database, and in the database every details are stored there, and depending on your query it is displaying the information you want. Okay, you are all aware of banking application. Now airline and railway. In airline and railway you can reserve tickets, you can cancel tickets, and you can get the details of all the trains, you can get the details of all the flights between station to station, all those things. So for this there is an underlying database management system. Okay. Then universities like ATU, then sales. If it is a shop, then it is dealing with the customers. As far as sales is concerned, a number of customers and products are there. If it is a shop, then their reliable customers, their frequent customers, the details of the frequent customers will be there. Then the products they are offering, that is there. And if you are purchasing that, if you are purchasing a particular thing, then that customer has to pay, and he has to go for the banking site, or he has to say Google Pay or Phone Pay or something like that. All these are interrelated, and these are all applications of database management system. So after that, on-time retailers, manufacturing. In the manufacturing, you have inventory, order, supply chain. That means there is no need to discuss all these things again and again. You know what is a database. That means in every walks of life, without DBMS, nothing can be done. Okay, that means even in a small supermarket, they are having a database of all your all the products they are offering, and if you purchase some amount, then using that barcode reader, they are reading the details of that, then automatically that amount will be displayed. All those things in the background, there is a database. Okay, whether it is big database or small database, every day, on every single day, you are dealing with database management applications. Okay. Now human resource, there is no need to explain this in detail. So the next thing is databases can be very large. For example, in your banking application, suppose that your account is started in 2010. Then 2010 to 2021. That means for 11 years you are having deposits, you are withdrawing, then you are all the details are stored in the database. All the details are stored in the database, and even you can access the details from there. They are providing, for example, if you want to know how much transactions you have done, you did in 1617. It is easy because you have to enter the internet banking site, then take the account summary of 1617. That's all. So in that case, see how all the transactions are recorded in the database. So for database management system to be efficient, you should have huge databases. That means every single transaction is stored there as a record, and in that case you are dealing with huge amount of data. Okay, so that's all about database management system. Introduction to database management system.